Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Welcome back to more Challenger Spectate. Technically, this isn't a Challenger Spectate. Well, it might be, but the player that we're focusing on today isn't Challenger right now. They are Grandmaster. So yeah, massive difference. But they're a Grandmaster Kled player. They're against a Grandmaster Tryndamere. And yeah, I just thought I'd give it a watch. Basically, why I'm giving it a watch is I, at the moment, like Set quite a lot. And I struggle, and I know I do, I struggle to play against Set, and I think a lot of us do. Well, I know that Kled is amazing versus Set for a couple reasons. One, Kled is one of the very few champions that can actively duel Set, like, just brawl with him. But in Kled's kit, he actually has an inbuilt counter to the biggest, I guess, strongest move of Set, which is his W, the E. Set's W, and Kled has E. So when Set is winding up to do the big W, you can E through him as Kled. And if you're in a bit of a predicament, you can end E back through him again to go back to safety. So I couldn't find specifically a game versus Kled and Set. Maybe I'll look for one in the future. But I found this one against a Tryndamere. Now, Tryndamere, I'd actually say, isn't in a bad position right now. So to beat a Tryndamere in lane and do well is actually a task in itself. Kind of similar to Set in some ways. So I thought, let's watch the best EU West Kled, see how he does. And what I want to try and look out for, by the way, is how aggressive that they play. Again, Tryndamere, when he has his full rage bar in the early game, is insanely hard to beat. Because it's like, oh my god, he has so much sustain. His damage is really high. But it is a couple worth things noting. So Tryndamere this game has taken Ghost. He hasn't taken Ignite. And the Kled hasn't taken Teleport. He's taken Exhaust, which honestly is quite a big brain move. Exhaust counters a lot more things than people think. You know, like Katarina, a lot of people are like, oh, Katarina's really strong. Exhaust. Like, you just exhaust it. If you can't CC her instantly, Exhaust stops her a lot, like the damage and everything. Exhaust is brilliant in a lot of avenues. So picking against Tryndamere, that will reduce his attack speed, I believe, by its 40%. Exhaust target enemy champion, reducing their movement speed by 30% and their damage dealt. Damage dealt by 40%. That is a lot, obviously. And when Tryndamere is going at you with his big crits and everything, it just is like, yo, calm down. Obviously, worth noting that I don't think Exhaust works versus true damage, because true damage doesn't get affected by anything. But yeah, it affects everything else. So far, you already can see that the farm's going well for Kled. Health bar-wise, not looking in a great situation. He's nearly been dismounted. Like, 1 or 2 hits by Tryndamere, he's off his mount. Tryndamere also had a pretty full rage bar, so has a lot of potential healing very soon. And obviously has that increased crit potential, to, attack the Kled. Which is kind of weird to me that the Tryndamere is playing quite passive, while, Kled can be dismounted, or, Kled can be dismounted off a Skull any second. Maybe it's just, too many minions for him in the early game. He doesn't know where the jungler is. Again, this is a Grandmaster level game, so he is going to play somewhat careful. Now, one thing actually just caught my eye. If you can see that in the bottom left, I presume you can just. Kled did not take a spell. He did not take W at level 3. He took 2 points in Q. That to me is like just showing how heavily, unless it's a bug right now, I'm not really sure. It just shows how heavy he's like, trying to poke the Tryndamere out. But yeah, I don't know. He's level 4, but has only leveled. He must be holding his spell, I guess. Double kill for red team. But yeah, has he just held his spell? Yeah, he's still not leveled it. Is it just a bug? Is Tryndamere? No, you can see Tryndamere has 2 in Q, 1 in W, 1 in E. Kled has got 2 in Q, 1 in E, nothing else. So Kled is holding his level up for some reason. I've got no idea why. He gets dismounted, goes aggressive, goes for the exhaust, gets his mount back. Look at the aggression level. It's insane. Gets dismounted again, doesn't die. Tryndamere on the back foot. Oh my god, Kled goes down. That was close. I'm going to be honest. Again, I might have missed it if Kled used W at all, like the auto attack buff. If he didn't have W leveled, that's what the difference was of the fight. He now has W leveled. I've got no idea. Like, if he had W leveled that whole time, then that's weird. And if he didn't have W leveled during the fight, then that's what cost him to die, because it was so close. But you can, by the way, see how aggressive these champions are. And one big thing worth noting about Kled is good Kled players don't go passive when they get dismounted. They go all in. because then you can like bait people, like you get them low, and then boom, I've got my mount back. Oh, I've actually thought why he might have held his W, by the way. Oh, that's actually pretty big brain. So, let me just explain why I think the Kled didn't level his W. One of the biggest counters to Kled when you're laning against him is going all in on him once he's used his W on minions, because he can't help it. It's like an automatic use. He may have held his W level up until he knew he was going to fight the Tryndamere, so you level up just as you're fighting the Tryndamere, and then you know your W is being used on the enemy champion instead. I think that's what happened. Kled again, even though he lost the first fight, look at this, going completely all in, gonna try and kill the Tryndamere, getting the kill? He just killed him! This is the point! Is like, he died in the 1v1, and he's like, no, I'm still going aggressive. Jesus. And this is the problem. I'd love to maybe play Kled, because I think he's a great pick in SoloQ. If you're good at him, you can take over top lane. One of the best, honestly, for SoloQ, because remember, he wins good 1v1s, but Kled also has one of the best roaming potentials of any top laner in the game as well. His ultimate, right? But, like, do I feel like I would play this aggressive? Because you have to play this aggressive to make it work. If you're playing passive on Kled, there's no point playing him. Crazy. But it was good, by the way, for Kled to do that, because if you notice Tryndamere's items, Tryndamere went for crit. If you don't let Tryndamere get up to his rage bar, then it doesn't matter that he's built crit. And Kled just went all in on him as soon as he came into lane. So that was really, really smart by the Kled. And let's just kind of have a little look as well. Is this Tryndamere player? So the Tryndamere right now, he's a Grandmaster player as well on EU West. He's a Darius main and a Tryndamere main. So yeah, he's got a 60% win rate on Tryndamere. Very good KD. So yeah, naturally a very good Tryndamere player as well. And then the Kled, if I have a little look at the Kled's specific stats as we get back into lane, the Kled is, I'd call him probably a one-trick if I'm honest. He's got 168 games on Kled with a 70% win rate. 70. And then his next champion's Aatrox with 55 games but a negative win rate. So pretty much a one-trick. But that actually puts Kled in world rankings. He's EU West's best Kled, and he's the world's best... he's the world's third best Kled. It's very impressive, obviously. So he has built his Tiamat, which again, Tiamat is a good item, obviously, but it makes you automatically push. But that's not necessarily a bad thing for Kled. When you're looking to potentially get roams in, your Tiamat helps you get the push in, and then you go to roam. But you just have to make sure that you're maximizing the Tiamat. I've always found it weird sometimes when like someone's losing lane on like Jax, Aurelia, or Tryndamere or something. They're losing lane and they buy Tiamat. It's like, surely you want to freeze the lane so you can farm? Why would you buy Tiamat to let the lane automatically push? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, so Tryndamere going a bit, warding. He gets caught by the... Look at the damage output, by the way, by Kled. Tryndamere's not going to back off yet, though. Lands the Q before he dies. Here comes... The Kled needs to continue going for aggression to get his mount back. Tryndamere ult's gone, and he gets the kill. That was really good. Honestly, this is great play. The Tryndamere, I actually think, is struggling to play against this Kled, because the Kled, arguably, I'd say maybe he knows the matchup more. So it's weird, I will say, when like you're playing against something that is just playing all in all the time. You're like, dude, calm down, you crazy little yordle. But that's how Kled has to play. But then at the same time, he's got the exhaust. So when Tryndamere has dismounted Kled, and then Tryndamere's got the ult advantage that he can't die, they're both really low health, the Kled just pops exhaust so he can actually walk away. He can get away with also maintaining a bit of DPS with his range Q in his Yordle form. And then by the time the Tryndamere actually can get to the Kled, he's got Skull back. It's really good. Like it's like something that a lot of people would probably not take well, not for granted, but they probably don't fully realize how big the exhaust is in this matchup. And like, again, this specific of why I wanted to watch the Kled was because I know he's good against Set. Would it work against Set? Arguably, yes. Because Set is also similar to Tryndamere, that he has to be on top of you to do damage for the most part. And if you're using your E with Kled and you're avoiding the Set W, having the exhaust there too is not bad. Because even if you could just get to the side where you're not in the true damage, the exhaust will be affected of his W damage too. So possibly exhaust could work against Set. It will be slowing him down. It will enable you to do more damage. But obviously the negative of running exhaust is you're not running teleport for top lane. Arguably, the Kled can get away with not having teleport a lot this game because he knows he's against a Tryndamere. A Tryndamere is never going to be running teleport, let's be honest. It just isn't the champion. But if you're against a set, he will be running teleport. So you've got to be a bit careful with that, because then if the set teleports in and gets like an amazing double kill or something, or helps his team get a great team fight, then you're kind of just staying top lane going, ah, sorry about that. Anyway, Kled, you can see, has the confidence just to kind of ignore the Tryndamere at this stage, just get an extra tower plate, which is nice. So Tryndamere is struggling. Build-wise, again, I'm not going to say that this player is doing the wrong build, but it's a pretty, like, aggressive build. I guess it is Tryndamere, but, like, the Tryndamere's not doing great. Anyway, Kled lands another E with his W. Look, basically one-shots the Tryndamere. Tryndamere's got... Oh, you can see the kiting is starting to happen. What Kled wants to do, misses, unfortunately. Kled wants, if he actually can, he might actually be dead here. I don't actually think he is. The Tryndamere's dead. Tryndamere is dead. Oh my god, this Tryndamere, unfortunate. So Tryndamere flashes early, I'd say. Way too early. He should have delayed his flash a little bit while he had his ultimate still up, because he could survive a bit longer. I think he got a bit impatient. But yeah, the Tryndamere is really struggling. That, by the way, was out without exhaust. But the Kled is playing this really well, that if you notice, he could have kept attacking the Tryndamere, but he kind of just kept edging away, like making sure there was distance between them. What that is for is to make sure Kled gets his cooldowns, because obviously Kled is more cooldown reliant than a Tryndamere. A Tryndamere basically just auto-attacks. A Kled auto-attacks, but he also has his Q skill shot to land. His W is a big DPS spike. So Kled is just delaying these fights for as long as possible to waste the Tryndamere's ult time, to get away from him, to re-engage with his E and Q. Very, very, very good Kled play. And aggressive, right? Aggressive Kled play. You'll notice, obviously, a basic thing that the Kled's always doing is every time that he's going for an engage, it's the EQ combo straight away. And that, by the way, is the basic combo for this champion. Meanwhile, Tryndamere 2 levels down. I do not think Tryndamere should take this fight. I'm going to say that right now. I do not think Tryndamere should take this fight. Unless there's like 5 people top lane. Okay, never mind. So, worth noting, if they weren't there, that Tryndamere was dead again, but maybe you could make the argument, okay, he only took that fight because there was 3 people top lane. But yeah, Kled nearly got him again, man. So buying a Black Cleaver, has his teammate also going for Ninja Tabby this game. And Ninja Tabby, to me, is like, he's staying top lane. This is like a split push, potentially, Kled game, that he's just going to keep on aggressing the Tryndamere. Because, like, Mercury Treads this game isn't necessarily bad. If you look through it, you got Jarvan combo for CC. You're getting stunned by a Silas. You're getting Varus ulted and slowed by his E. Taric stuns. So Mercury Treads is not a bad pick for this game whatsoever. But Kled's still buying Ninja Tabby because he's like, no, the Tryndamere, I want to kill him. So that's kind of cool. We might potentially see an ult any second. We haven't seen one, I don't think, by the Kled. At least not a long-distance one, but maybe not. Big play happening bot lane while we can go watch that. Oh, Silas stole the Kled ult, which is kind of funny. He's not going to get anything from that. Enemy team potentially on the back foot now. Lovely Lee Sin kick. Silas flashes away, and that will probably be the end of the play. Weird center ultimate. It does shield everybody, but okay. And yeah, Kled returning to the top lane. Don't know where Tryndamere is. I doubt Tryndamere would go bot lane, by the way. It's, again, when you're talking about certain top laners, like, yeah, if you're a set, would love to be down there. Tryndamere, no. Like, that's why Tryndamere is a bit outdated in terms of League of Legends. Look at the damage, by the way. One combo. That was one combo. Nearly one-shots him. Kled damage, ladies and gentlemen. Kled damage. So worth noting that Kled is actually a pretty good tower diver because he's got the double health bar. There's the exhaust. It slows down the Tryndamere damage. And then boom. The exhaust. I'm telling you. The exhaust. It slows the Tryndamere down while he has his ultimate up. So one, his damage is doing less, so he's less threatening. And then he also slows him so Tryndamere can't get away by the time he's got his his mount back. This is awesome. Like, what I will say is, obviously people know I'm not a massive fan of one-tricks and stuff. They do sometimes have a lot of knowledge of their champions, obviously. Sometimes there's a bit weird knowledge that you probably shouldn't copy. But this specific matchup and Exhaust in general, I think it's big brain. Like, it's really, really good on Kled, especially in this matchup. And I, by the way, don't think it's the only matchup that it would be good into. Tryndamere is probably maybe a great example of it. Jax it could probably work into. Anything that is so reliant on being on top of you with auto-attacking, I think it's going to be effective. Like, Tryndamere right now hasn't got any items complete, by the way. Kled has got his Black Cleaver. Item build now, he might go Death's Dance, possibly. Like, Death's Dance is a fantastic item in most situations, on most top laners, like bruisers and stuff. Like, it's just great. It makes you tanky, the damage goes up, and you heal a lot. It's kind of like a win-win-win-win-win situation for top laners, that item. So Tryndamere staying top lane, not matching the Kled swap. So this is actually a pretty good swap for Kled. Because it basically will enable his team to potentially get Rift Herald. Sylas being a bit brave. I'm not... Okay, maybe because there's two people. He will stop the ultimate and the Kled will go down any second. Can he get his mount back? There's also Jarvan. Oh, he nearly got his mount back. But yeah, pretty much the only time that this Kled is struggling is when there's multiple people. And that's like the only way they're dealing with him. But yeah, close of getting his mount back. I don't think he would have gotten anything for that, but yeah. I'm just also going to turn down my audio because in my ears, it shouldn't affect the video, but in my ears, this is very loud. But yeah. Worth noting, we haven't really spoken about the team as a whole. It's a good center. Well, it's a kind of good AD carry center, by the way. Worth noting that center AD carry is in such a weird spot now that you don't play normally when you're even playing center AD carry. Like, this is what I don't like in League, gimmicks and stuff, and the center AD carry right now is just a complete gimmick in the game of League, in my opinion. So if you guys are unaware how you have to play center AD carry now, because Riot doesn't want her to be an AD carry, pretty much, it's pretty obvious with how they're nerfing her all the time. Basically, you don't get any of your souls. Meanwhile, the enemy team going for a combo. Kled can't get in the Jarvan ultimate. He is going to do some auto-attacking. Tryndamere not being able to do enough. Kled's going to run down, try to get the Jarvan, who does flash away. Don't think the Jarvan's going to get away from the Kled. Unfortunately, no ultimate for Kled, but the Lee Sin lands his Q, will get that kill. Now Kled's going to get revenge on the Taric, who is a Fnatic player, potentially. And that will also open up the Dragon for Red Team. Taric just running around in circles. Kled playing with him a little bit. And we'll finish the kill. They're going to become friends, I think. There you go. But yeah, really nice play. I don't particularly know why the Tryndamere is grouping like that. He literally should just focus on side laning, try to scale, because he's just not going to be effective in grouping. Like, a Tryndamere can't be effective in grouping, even if they're pretty strong a lot of the time, because just how his champion works. He's a king of side laning. All right, Sylas again, trying to do his best. Having a not terrible game as a side laner. You can see his damage output is pretty high. And will he get away? Oh, look, the Sylas ultimate! The Sylas is ulting after the Kled, but he does cancel it, I think. Or maybe, I don't know what happened. I can't remember what I was saying before this as the point, by the way. But oh well. Worth noting, just one thing. Looking at this Kled's profile, I've got it here on my other screen. So he's EU West's best Kled. He's also EU West's second best Maud. Now, I did say earlier he's kind of a one-trick, but I didn't look down his champion list. So yes, he's got Kled with a 70% win rate in 168 games. He then has Aatrox, 55 games with a 43% win rate, so that's obviously not very good. But then after that, he's got Mordekaiser with a 47 games, 68% win rate. So that's like, I guess, his other better pick. And then, yeah, 24 games of Set, 40% win rate. 15 games of Wukong, 33% win rate. So generally, this guy should probably stick to Kled and Maud. Meanwhile, by the way, Tryndamere did get a kill on the Lee Sin. He will overextend, though, and end up dying. But yeah. Oh, wow. Is this Ravenous Hydra? Oh, no, that is Death's Dance. I'm pretty sure this is Death's Dance. He just has avoided the Ages item first. But yeah. Overall, I've been actually pretty happy with watching this game. It's actually... I hope it's actually taught you guys that the Exhaust is actually a pretty good tool. Like, if you are right now, again, not necessarily just, by the way, for Kled, if you're against a Tryndamere, I think it's actually shown that it's very effective versus Tryndamere, because while he's got his ultimate up, you're like, oh, dude, he's just going to kill me when he has his ult, and I'm dead. Not necessarily when you have Exhaust. It slows him down, reduces his damage, and voila. Oh, I remember, we were talking about the Senna. Yeah, so Senna got nerfed enough that she basically gets no souls if the game detects her farming. If the game is like, oh, you're the AD carry because you're actively farming, we're not going to drop any of those souls so you can't scale. So what people are doing now is that people are legitimately doing funnel Senna. They're like picking Senna AD carry, picking something like a tank support. So, yeah, support. They're letting the tank farm until Senna gets enough souls to warrant her then farming. I hate it. Like, I'm going to be honest. I know there are going to be some people like it. If you like it, awesome. I just don't like gimmicks like that. And you know, I say it's smart. It's people trying to get around the balance. Like, oh, Riot doesn't want us to play center AD carry. Screw you, Riot. We're going to make it work anyway. That's basically what it is. I'm not a big fan of it, though. Tryndamere potentially getting caught. Kled a little bit too early with his E. It's a really nice prediction by Zach. Somehow that missed. Tryndamere now on the back foot, though. Kled just going to flash over the wall to try and... And by the way, look at the Kled positioning. He walked beyond the pit, basically just to try and deny the Tryndamere and escape. It was really smart. Tryndamere does go down because he obviously goes the other side. Senna gets the kill with her ultimate, I believe. And yeah, obviously the Senna's doing well this game. I still hold the record, I believe. I've still not personally seen a good Senna AD carry in my own game. Again, I'm not biased that, oh, my teammates suck. Nope, still not seen one on my team or the enemy team. It's really weird. Again, it's just bizarre, but that's just the way that it goes. Anyway, Kled now side laning. 160 farm, not bad, is the nearly highest farm in the game. The Sylas is actually the highest. And the Sylas, man, again, we said earlier, he's having a good game. He wants to scrap. He is up for fighting. And I actually think Sylas is an incredibly strong champion now. Exhaust comes through. Will this give him enough time? Look at the dodging. Look at the dipping. Center ultimate misses. Sylas misses his E with the increased mobility. But again, look at that damage, but then the healing. So Kled, again, the healing is insane by Sylas. It's kind of weird. He will go all in, does end up dying. So Kled did a good job there with how strong Sylas is. He survived. And that's the weird thing, is the Sylas was negative KD, the Kled's positive KD, yet you have to be careful about Sylas. That champion's nuts. Anyway, Tryndamere dies again. Actually dies with his ultimate up, which is a bit weird for like this level of play. Again, it happens all the time. You know, when we've got Tryndamere's in the games, I died with ultimate up. I died with ultimate up. Happens to any rating of Tryndamere. Again, it's weird. I think sometimes they just don't expect to get one shot, and they just go, oh, I got absolutely bursted. I think that's what happens. And considering, obviously, Tryndamere's build in general is a incredibly squishy one, I'm not surprised they get bursted a lot. Kled going for his ultimate, potentially his big first engaging ultimate of the game. Doesn't latch onto anything. Will go aggressive. Maybe he shouldn't have gone for the Taric there. Maybe he should have gone for the Varus. Varus actually doing a bit of damage. Oh, Varus nearly got Q latched. Will get him off his mount. Tryndamere once again pops Ghost and goes aggressive. Like, I don't know if the Tryndamere is tilted or anything. They will get the setup, which is good, I guess. But it's just kind of a weird playstyle for me. Tryndamere goes down. Sylas on the back foot. He will go down too. Oh, the healing. Survives a bit longer. Kled does get the kill though. But I just don't know why the Tryndamere just isn't side laning like all the time. Kled, you can see with it, even with this health bar, maintaining aggression, because why not? I guess you know, that is in the weird way. Are they going to tank it for him? In a weird way, that is Kled's defense is going aggressive. Because when you get jumped off your mount, you lose, obviously, that second health bar. And the more aggressive you are, the more damage you deal while you're off your mount, the quicker you get your mount back. The quicker you get your second health bar back. So that is, in effect, his defense is offense. And that's why I said earlier, like, is he my champion? I like playing aggressive. Recently, we played more aggressive on the main account, and we started getting really fed on the main account. I can play pretty aggressive when I'm definitely in a mood to do so, and Kled, in order to make him work, you have to play aggressive. So yeah, I don't know, maybe we will. Kled stole the red. That's kind of funny. Kled stole the red, that kind of rhymes. Item build now, by the way. I presume like a dead man's plate, probably, if, you know, he was going to go for anything. Or it's either dead man's plate or it's Thornmail. Thornmail potentially could be better. He is getting like 3-manned again. He does ult away. Senna now in the back, like in the area. Kled gets the kill on the Sylas, who again is playing overly aggressive. Really nice stun, and that is actually, you can see in the bottom left, a surrender vote for the blue team. So this was a fun one to watch. Really close in top lane at the beginning. The Tryndamere was like hanging on, but then the exhaust, I've said it a lot, the exhaust was the thing. It just separated them too much at level 6 that Kled could just keep getting ahead, and Tryndamere just couldn't use his ultimate in the 1v1 advantage. So it was actually really cool to see. But if you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it. Again, apologies that this potentially was a main video of the day. Things have been a bit iffy recently. I just wanted to have like a nice chill video. And you know, you might get a couple of these in the next few days. And hopefully you enjoy that. Again, they're really educational, and if anything, I presume a lot of you are like, oh damn, exhaust in top lane, actually not that bad. Again, not bad, but make sure that I'd potentially only take exhaust if you know you're against an opponent that also isn't taking teleport, because then you're in that weird predicament of, I don't have teleport, they do. Snap, they just teleported and made a play. I'm stuck in top lane. I look like a pleb. So I'd be a bit careful of that. But if you're laying against a Tryndamere, he's never going to be taking teleport. So it works really well in that regard. But that's it. Throw a like on it, guys. It means a lot. Throw a subscribe. Comment down below what champions you want to see. Again, because I might be doing a few of these in the next few days, you can suggest champions. I will be reading the comments. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below. See you guys next time.